Hey everyone, welcome back. As you can probably tell, it's hunting season. Actually, it's the first day of pheasant season here in Pennsylvania. So we came up to the cabin last night and we got out early this morning. It's of course raining again. It's been raining all morning, so it's just finally letting up. So I decided to dig the camera out, and we got 2 birds this morning, which that's the limit. We're only allowed 2 a day in Pennsylvania. So we're back to the truck. I'm gonna get a quick coffee, warm up, and head back out, get some footage of the changing leaves. It's really looking good. Perfect timing for the fall foliage. And then we're gonna head back to the cabin and clean up the birds, and we're gonna cook them up. So stay tuned and we'll be back with you here in a little bit. So one thing I'm realizing very quickly is the weather doesn't care that you're trying to make a video. As soon as I finished my coffee, it started pouring down rain again. So sorry, but we didn't make it back out into the field. And of course, 30 minutes later, we're back here at the cabin and it's not raining. So we're gonna clean up the birds, we're gonna cook them up for lunch. S'mores will definitely be happy. That's her reward for a good hunt. And then if hopefully there's a break in the weather this afternoon, and we'll head back out and try to get some footage of the fall foliage. So say that 5 times real fast. And I also just realized that I don't have a plaid shirt on, which I told myself I was going to wear a plaid shirt for all my videos. So I'm going to go put one on. This is our game pole. I don't know if this is a Pennsylvania tradition or just a hunting camp tradition, but pretty much every camp has a pole like this. Well, more for deer, not birds, but we have a bird pole. Yeah, I got a lot of wood I need to split too. That tree fell down a couple years ago and I cut it, and I just haven't gotten around to splitting it. Mainly because I don't burn a ton of wood up here at the cabin, and I have a bunch already, but I'll probably split that this fall and then get it stacked up, and that way it'll keep dry. This was my first stack I made, I think a few years back. I started digging into it already, and then I started a new one there earlier this summer. But anyways, yeah, I think this is like some Scandinavian wood stacking method. I think it's pronounced Holshausen, but you basically stack the wood around in a circle, and then inside you just throw the logs inside. That way, one, you save time on stacking, and 2, it's basically surrounded by wood and it's supposed to keep it dry. And then the way these are stacked, it kind of sheds water, but they look pretty wet to me, but it's not done yet. But yeah, these are fun. All right, so I got changed out of my wet clothes, got my flannel on, got the birds cut up. I need to dump some water over them, a couple feathers, but clean them up a little bit more, and then we'll get cooking. This here is just a pretty simple rainy day setup when I can't build a fire outside. It's just a little single burner butane stove. This little grill. I just lay over the top of it. I put some foil on there. Works out good. And it's actually really cold out. It's probably like in the low 40s. And it's very windy, which is making it worse. But up a little bit.
S'mores doesn't mind a couple feathers, but I try to clean them pretty good anyways. That one's pretty clean. Oh, that one might have I might have to cut that one out a little bit. Yep, I think that one has a BB in it. If anyone's wondering, these do taste just like chicken. And they look like chicken. Yeah, these stoves here are pretty slick. They should typically light on the first click. There you go. A little bit of oil. Let that heat up a little bit. So I cut up the pheasants. A little bit of Pam. I cut these little bite-sized ones up for s'mores. Otherwise, she would just swallow a whole breast in one bite and not even taste it. And then that one's for me. Alright, I'll have to mess around with the heat there, but these should be going here pretty soon. Oops. Little feather action.
Taking a while for this to get going. It's really windy, so that flame wasn't really coming up high enough, so I put another thin rock under there to get it up higher, and it's going pretty good now. Took a while though. We don't get too fancy. No seasoning for s'mores. There you go, girl. I really don't even think she tastes it. She just swallows it, doesn't even chew it.
I guess you could almost call this blackened pheasant, even though the seasoning's orange. Ooh. Get in there. Well, I think that's pretty much gonna do it for lunch. I'm gonna go ahead and eat. I'm gonna feed this to s'mores and then wrap it up. I'm still hoping to get out into the woods, do some walking around. But yeah, that's pretty good. Pheasant fingers, pretty good. Actually very tender. Can't forget about dessert. Cut the giant sized little Debbie fall cakes. Like twice the size as a regular one.
Sorry everyone, we just never made it back out into the woods yesterday. We pretty much hunkered down in the cabin for the rest of the day. It was, again, it continued to rain the rest of the day, and actually it rained all through the night, so it's pretty swampy. But so we're gonna get packed up here and head home, but at least I'll walk you around the property here and hopefully you get an idea of the changing leaves. And thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time. This here's just an old driveway that used to come, I actually think this might have been a road that cut through here and went out to the paved road, but now it's just like a kind of driveway that swings around the cabin. So when I pull out, I usually pull in and just swing around and then come out this way. We'll walk over here to the edge where it opens up a little bit. I think it's a little bit more colorful. I have about an acre and a half here at the cabin. Yeah, so my property comes right over to the edge of this opening here, this other lot, and then the main road is over there, the paved road. I don't know if it's a main road, but come on. Yeah, we can see some color down here by this opening. Sorry, that looks pretty washed out, but you can see some good color back in there. It's actually pretty foggy. It's misting. Yeah, you can see some really good coloring down here in this opening. Hopefully that gives you a good idea of what it looks like. It's mid-October and This is normally around the same time. It happens every year. Might be a little bit earlier than usual, but all right, well, thank you all for watching.